and having good job descriptions.
That sounds like one of the biggest parts of someone getting into a new job, and one of the hardest things is knowing your role, knowing if you're doing a good job. I'm brand new in a new job. We've all been brand new to a job. Explain some of the feelings people can have when starting a new job.
Well, around here in our small rural area, many people in jobs play multiple roles. So they might be hired for something very specific, and they might know and understand those duties. And often employers around here are really good at providing them with that information. But employers also utilize their employees and cross train them. And that is where things start to get really messy, because when you're cross trained to fill in, or to help when needed, when the workload gets heavy, sometimes you don't know who to report to, or what your expectations are, what the guidelines are. Maybe you're working with someone and you don't quite know what your duties are versus their duties, because that hasn't been always clearly explained. So, so really, it's not only your typical job description, but it's digging deeper when you have a organization that really kind of utilizes their workers to play multiple roles, and making sure that everybody understands the flow and the nuance and the expectations when those extra duties are happening.
Yeah, well, without a doubt. I mean, if you don't know what you're doing, then the stress of work is going to just be so much bigger. And just knowing your role, I mean, you get a contract for a job, you see your expectations, but you don't know exactly what that's going to look like until you're in the office. Is that when people aren't really too worried about their job until they get in the office and find out what they got to do?
So, whenever you go on an interview, the employer always tells you about the job, and that's when you know if you're going to like it.
Right.
But until you actually start that position, you don't know what all those details are. And that's where things can start to feel a little stressful, because, of course, you don't want to let your employer down, but obviously you're in a position that you want to do well in and succeed in, and most of the time want to grow in. So just being able to have all of the little extras, like how are you going to evaluate me? What do I need to do to get that? I'm from the generation where we like a gold star. We don't like everyone to get a gold star, but we want to be the one to get a gold star. That's my generation. And so, I want to know exactly what I need to do to be the best employee I can be and check all those boxes. Now, because I just talked about generations, um, administrators and business owners have to understand that all generations want different things. So not everyone wants that gold star like I do. Not everyone wants all of the detail like I do. So recognizing that can be important whenever you're hiring multiple generations within one workplace or organization.
That's a really interesting problem that I didn't really once think about, is that in these workplaces, you're going to see multiple different generations interacting with one another. Do you see some problems that arise from those situations? Is that where some of the problems lay?
Most definitely.
Hmm.
Most definitely. A lot of times we just don't understand each other. We don't understand what motivates us, and what our how do I say this? What our personal goals are, and what our belief system is around work. So older generations, they live to work. That was instilled in them at a very young age, and they give it their all, 110%. Um, and typically, work comes first, and that's completely okay. But the younger generations, it kind of starts at the tail end of my generation. And definitely these younger generations, they want a good work life balance, and they want to be successful at everything. So they want to know where they can have flexibility to make sure they can make it to their kids' softball game, or make it to their band concert. Can I come in early? Will it work with the schedule within this business or organization if I do that? Do I have that flexibility? Has management thought about working on schedules to incorporate that kind of flexibility, because it's very important for them. And then getting the different generations to understand that people can have different priorities, and it's okay. It's okay if life is all about work for you. It's also okay if you want that work life balance. You just have to understand each other, and really be willing to get to know people and to accept that not everybody is the same.
Right. It's something you don't think about too often, but two totally different mindsets in one office. And, maybe the goal is the same, but the route to that goal could be different. That's where a lot of those challenges could be rising. That's very interesting. What do you suggest to workers that are, two different generations working together? What is the compromising part there? What can you do to make compromise?
Well, that's a little bit more complicated
Hmm.
because we're not only working with generations when that happens, we're also working with different types of personalities. So I think depending on your organization or business, sometimes you need to, if you're finding that you're having difficulties, but you really value all of your employees and you just want them to learn how to work together better, really investing in a class for them, having someone from the outside, like me, from Extension, to come in and talk about different generations in a non confrontational way can be very helpful. We also do something called Real Colors, which is a personality assessment that digs a little deeper into everyone's personality and what they value, and how they like to communicate and how they like to be communicated to, and that can really alleviate a lot of just stress and tension in the office once you start to understand why people act the way they do. When I did Real Colors, and I've done it multiple times, sometimes your colors change a little bit. And when I say colors, it's how we define your personality. They change as you grow older, or as you go through different big things in your life, like maybe a death or a new child or something like that. Um, but understanding that you can change and understanding what you need to work on, maybe what your skill set isn't very good at. I am considered a gold, which means I value timeliness, organization. I absolutely love having clear set goals. I like working with others, but I'm also incredibly comfortable working with myself, and don't always need others. And other personality types are different. So really getting to know that on a deeper level can be very helpful. And that is always something that we can come in and do for any organization. We've done it for organizations. We've done it for teachers in schools. We've done it for like medical fields, and just about anything. It is very helpful. And then adding in that little bit about generations as well just really helps kind of bring everything together to get everyone to work together more cohesively and more friendly.
That sounds really cool, and yeah, we probably are more similar than we are unalike. And I was going to ask this personality by color that you were explaining. I was like, this is a lot harder to ask of people to know, who works well alone and who works well with other people. But you say that you're actually implementing this with businesses.
Oh, yes, most definitely. In fact, just within the last year, I worked with a tech business, and they were having some issues. And I would honestly say that many of their issues were more administrative, and owner related. The owners of the business, absolutely wonderful, but didn't all live in the area where the workers were. And so there seemed to be like a little bit of a disconnect. And a lot of that was just communication, simple communication issues. People felt like they weren't being heard, or that they maybe couldn't have an opportunity to be heard. And then there was also a generational divide and definitely a personality divide. So once we kind of sorted all of that out, and we helped all of the staff and the owners and the admins understand each other much better, things went so much more smoothly. And so really, yes, it's an investment in time, but overall, it's going to hopefully alleviate a lot of problems. If everyone takes it seriously and everyone starts to recognize what their strengths and weaknesses are, and really starts to want to work on that to make everything better, then it's a wonderful thing for a business to invest their time in.
Right. That could change dynamics in all business settings here for a while. That would be a really great thing to implement. Right now, I'm talking to Valerie Belusco out of the U of I Extension office. We've been having a great conversation so far. We're going to take our first short break here. We'll be right back on WTIM's Information Station.
WTIM. I'm Will Perkins, President and CEO of the Taylorville Community Credit Union. TCCU is proud to be the exclusive sponsor of the Miller Media Group Community Spotlight, allowing a different nonprofit organization to be highlighted on WTIM, WMKR, and WRAN each month.
Hello, I'm Bud Altman with the Lincoln Prairie Trails Conservancy. The LPTC was formed in March of 2017 as a non-governmental, all-volunteer group with a mission to work for the repair, maintenance, promotion, enhancement, and expansion of the Lincoln Prairie Trail. For over 6 years, we've worked to improve the overall experience for those riding, running, or walking the trail. This has been accomplished using all volunteer labor and donated funds. Please join us as we work further improve this amazing public asset. Call us at 217-820-0849 or contact us on social media.
This is Cammie Payne, General Manager of the Miller Media Group. We, along with TCCU, are proud to bring you the Community Spotlight each month.
TCCU is proud to be the exclusive sponsor of the Miller Media Group Community Spotlight. Come join us. You'll wonder why you waited. Member NCUA.
The Shelby County Economic Development Corporation aims to foster, promote, and stimulate economic development, from keeping existing industry and retail businesses successful and thriving to attracting new investment in Shelby County. The Shelby County Economic Development Corporation is here to help your business grow. It also sponsors job fairs to fill positions at existing employers and encourages future entrepreneurs in the Shelby County CEO program. Find out more on the Shelby County Economic Development Corporation by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Jim Stepp is the owner of Central Illinois Asphalt in Taylorville. With over 40 years in the asphalt paving business, he's still at it today, based in Taylorville. Don't trust fly-by-night pavers claiming they've got extra asphalt, then play gotcha. Call Jim Stepp at Central Illinois Asphalt for asphalt repair and sealing, and make your driveway or parking lot dust-free with recycled asphalt and environmentally friendly sealer that doesn't contain coal tar and other harmful things to your health. Reach Jim by Googling Central Illinois Asphalt Taylorville for quality work at fair prices. He's your local paver with over 40 years experience.
It's spring, time to get back to doing those spring activities you used to do. Taylorville Care Center can help you do just that. Whether you've been in the hospital or just need a little extra help to get back doing those spring activities, Taylorville Care Center's therapy program and medical care help you recover and return home. Private rooms for rehab to home are available. Have your family and friends stop by cheering on your recovery. Find out more on Taylorville Care Center's great therapy program and put a spring back in your step. Call 824-9636, 824-9636. Caring for the community for over 50 years.
Jim Stepp, owner of Central Illinois Asphalt in Taylorville, has innovative new products that can repair your concrete or asphalt driveway or parking lot and save you money. Click the Central Illinois Asphalt icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Over 50 years and 3 generations of legacy serve you at Dale Williams Trucking in Fillmore. From agriculture to road construction hauling, they do it all. Find out how they can help you. Click their icon above the weather on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
WTIM.
We are back here in the studio of WTIM's Information Station. My name is Tim Zalabak, and I've been joined by Valerie Belusco from the University of Illinois Extension office. We've had a great conversation so far about, doing the best you can in your occupation, the things to do. Valerie, do we still have you?
You sure do.
Beautiful. So we just finished off our last little conversation there about personalities in the workplace, personality by color. This is all very new information that can really propel businesses into the future. If everyone in the business is on the same page personality wise, can we talk a little bit more about that?
Oh, of course.
Awesome.
So what we what we utilize here is a personality assessment called Real Colors, scientifically backed, and there are a lot of different personality assessments out there. Myers-Briggs is probably one of the most popular ones. Myers-Briggs is absolutely wonderful, but it can really be hard to remember all of the different personality attributes and how they work together, because Myers-Briggs breaks it down on such a detailed level. So what I really like Myers-Briggs for is that it helps you understand yourself better, and your needs, and how you react to things because of your personality. What Real Colors does is it simplifies that. It helps you understand what your needs are, your values, what makes you happy, but then it also helps you understand others and how the different personalities can work together. And it breaks it down in 4 simple categories. So there's not, 12 to 20 different personality categories to remember and think about. Instead, it's just 4, and everyone has all 4 personalities to some extent in them, but they certainly have certain attributes that rise to the top. And those, when those attributes rise to the top, we call that your primary color. And so for me, my primary color is gold. And that really helps me understand how hard it is for me to sometimes understand and communicate with people who are maybe a green or a blue or an orange. Those are the other 3 colors. And so it's made me very cognizant of how I talk, how I write my emails, especially when dealing with people, not dealing, but when working with people who are a color that I sometimes struggle to understand. For me, blue has probably been my most challenging color, because I always have to remember how important my tone is. As a gold, I like bullet points. I like short and sweet, and that doesn't always come across well to someone who has a personality color of blue, because they can look at that as maybe not engaging almost. So learning how to break all that down, it's a great program we have. The program, we do not charge for this program, except for the book that each person would need. The book is about, I think it's $12 right now, and that's it. But you can have any Real Colors facilitator come in from across the United States, and they can charge upwards of thousands of dollars to facilitate the program on top of the book fees. Here at the University of Illinois Extension, our goal is to give you the tools you need. Our goal is not necessarily to try to make a profit off of this. It's to give you the tools you need to make your company, your organization better, because that lifts us all up. And so we only charge for the absolute, at least in my unit, for the bare minimum, which is just the book cost. So.
Perfect. All right, Valerie, we have just a little under a minute left. Can you tell us where we can reach you guys?
Oh, of course. So most of the time you can find me in the Hillsborough office. That's my main office. My phone number is 217-532-3941.
Perfect. This was Valerie Belusco from the University of Illinois Extension Office. We talked all about working, job dynamics, relationship dynamics, and very valuable, important things. Thanks so much for joining us today, Valerie.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I'm Tim Zalabak here with the WTIM Information Station. We'll be back here more with another interview for you just in a little bit.
WTIM. With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason. He had a huge impact on religion and politics in America. Iconic Christian broadcaster Pat Robertson has died. Word came in this morning from his longtime home base of Virginia Beach, Virginia, home of his Christian broadcasting network, Regent University, Operation Blessing, and his various other ventures.